So prep is over, now moving into the reverse diet phase and off season, heading to the gym now. So 5:45 on a Saturday morning, chest and delts. So I've got a new plan, a new food plan as well. So I just checked in yesterday, 2 weeks post show. Food has gone up slightly, which is nice because my appetite and hunger has been through the roof. I always find this phase harder than prep itself. For some reason I always feel hungrier post show. I think maybe because subconsciously in my mind I know I haven't got that show to work for, so normally if I'm in prep and I'm hungry I go, well, this is a part of prep. But this is the tough bit. This is where an off season is made or broken, because so many people get gluttonous at this point, and just pig out and have multiple cheat meals, and it won't hurt to have a bit of chocolate or crisps here and there. And for maybe a lifestyle client that is true, and you do want an element of fat to rebalance your hormones and find homeostasis and things. But obviously as a competitive bodybuilder that's trying to push to that next level, you got to stay. This is the hard bit. But yeah, very much looking forward to what we can do. So obviously the plan this time next year is to put a package on Stasis undeniable. So we know what we're working on, we know the weaknesses, and it's time to grow. Also joined a new gym as well. So I wanted to level up. I was training at just a general sort of commercial gym purely because of convenience, being closer to home. I've now joined a gym called Muscle Hut, formerly known as Fierce, which is in Milton Keynes. But obviously there's some IFBB pros in there, just even some lifestyle people that are training at that sort of level. If you want to be better, surround yourself by better. You become a product of your environment, don't you? So yeah, there's obviously levels to this game, and that includes the sort of facilities you train in. And also, almost forgot, I need to drink my pre-workout and make sure it doesn't go everywhere when I'm going over the bumps on the country lanes. So in there as well, it's just a pump formula, some hydration, and a tiny bit of creatine and a bit of salt, and then that should be in my system and kicking in by the time I start training when I get there. I am training fasted. Aaron does give me cream of rice pre-workout as my pre-workout meal, but that would have meant having it this morning at like 4:30, because if I don't give myself ample time to digest it, I just end up feeling a bit sick. So I've taken that out just today. I'm sure Aaron will tell me off when he sees this video for doing that. But I've added a little bit of cyclic dextrin also into this just to balance. So I'm still getting those carbs, I'm just getting it through a drink as opposed to a meal that will make me feel a bit sick. See the difference in this gym. Oh. So when you're coming out post show as well, you need to really carefully manage a rebound, and that's whether you're on PEDs and enhanced or natural. You manage it slightly differently. Like a natural athlete will gradually increase calories so not to rebound too quick. And in PEDs, you need to take careful consideration into water retention and glycogen retention. Because if you abruptly drop your PEDs, then there's obviously that risk of your hormone imbalance. And obviously females, the focus on females is like resetting menstrual cycles and getting hormone balances again there. So females may need food and fats to be increased slightly faster in some instances. And then you don't want to push training too hard and too intense too quick as well. So a lot of people come out and try and push for strength and numbers instantly, forgetting that although there's more food in your system, your muscles and that haven't quite caught up with that. So there's more risk of injury and so on. So you don't want to go too heavy and too intense in week 1, 2, 3. And just slowly build that up, focus on form and things like that. And then that strength will come. But remember, we're not focusing on being the strongest people in the gym, we're focusing on being the best shape people in the gym. So don't come off the back of that and chase numbers. But most importantly is focusing on homeostasis in the body, finding balance, not pushing too hard with food so you hold lots of water. And you know, your liver glycogen source can only take so much as well. So as soon as you overload that, you're going to start storing body fat very quick, because your body's like a sponge at this stage. So yeah, that's my 2 pennies worth on that post show. Let's get to work. Also, as well, post on the rebound, you have to think about like androgens and things like that, where metabolism's in a certain place. So things like thyroid medicines, clenbuterol, things like that we were potentially taking pre-show in prep. Obviously, they're going to elevate metabolic rate and so on, and they're likely to mask fatigue and hunger. So you need to realise after a show you're not going to be on that. So you're going to maybe feel that fatigue a bit more, feel that hunger slightly higher. And then obviously you've got muscle retention, where that anabolic support will support and preserve muscle tissue even despite being on low calories. So there's obviously a risk of catabolism and things like that post-show, where although you are gradually increasing food, obviously you've massively dropped PEDs, and obviously if you're a natural athlete, you need to obviously focus on slowly increasing that food again. And then female, whether natural or enhanced, can often experience amenorrhea. So you need to really focus on restoring cycle health, really. That's your priority, before worrying about keeping your abs or water retention or so on. Into my intro drink. I didn't put my full hydration in there. I like to have a couple of scoops, and I know I only got one in this morning, so I was half asleep. So that's the out-angled hydration. That's raspberry lemonade flavour, and then my creatine. Medieval, which is forest fruits flavour. Normally with my creatine I go flavourless, to be fair. But when they sent me out my supplements this month, I thought I'd give the taste a go. And there we go. You can tell it's early. I was a rep short. I haven't quite got it in me yet. On here, we're doing 5 sets, and rep range will be 5, 8, 6, 3, and then a back off set with a lighter weight and 20 reps. This isn't the machine I wanted. I wanted the plate loaded one, but somebody is on it, unfortunately. So you have to improvise at times. Saturday morning, it's quite a busy day for client check-ins. I've got check-ins coming through. So this is Lucy, who's one of my competitive clients. So going into figure. So you can see she's in her off season, looking fantastic as well, still holding tight. Like shoulders and lats looking wide. Yeah, very impressive. She's going to be a big problem next year. She's going to be good. I'll respond to her obviously afterwards. I'm not going to respond while I'm in the gym, but it's nice to see them coming in. Wow. Ah. Also, tell me how many gyms you go into and they're playing the Bee Gees on loud. Just doesn't happen. This should actually be a low incline dumbbell press. However, all the benches are being taken, so sometimes you have to improvise. So this is still a low incline. Although it's a hammer strength machine, they're individually hinged, so it's as close to it as I'm going to get. And always check for check-ins as well between sets. It's funny as well, away from check-ins and training, people forget about how much of a mental game this part of it is, like that rebound phase. So, and it is a reality check. Because like the post-show depression and post-show blues is a proper thing. And you see it across all categories, you know, and enhanced athletes will often feel it even harder, purely because as PEDs are removed, the dopamine hit that you'd initially have got, and you'll get hormonal shifts that can cause mood drops and so on, because you can be going from quite high PED use down to like just a TRT, a proper TRT as well. None of this 250 milligram nonsense. That's a cycle, that's not TRT. I'll have a chat. I sponsor athletes as well as through my shop, so, and therefore
It's expensive.
it is, yeah. But also by sponsoring, like, I've got a girl that I sponsor, a girl called Lucy, who next year, by the way, on stage is going to cause some serious damage. Serious damage.
Yeah. What's her name?
Lucy.
Yeah, I can see her already.
Yeah.
But yeah, already you can see the
Oh,
shoulders.
you can see, man. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But then
It's funny as well where I'm transitioning into this new training split, and Aaron, my coach, he's just a demon, man. Like with supersets, drop sets, pyramid sets, like this is chest and delts. There's only a little bit of delts in it, but I've got like 4 different pressing variations, as well as flies, as well as supersets, which is good because we need to grow. But bloody hell, it's when you're transitioning out that prep, it's tough. But we like tough. When you're dealing with check-ins, it's always the ladies that are on it, efficient. First thing in the morning, they're up, they're on it, checking in perfectly, and I always end up chasing the men because Saturday morning they're so bloody lazy. Mad. Like all of my check-ins that have come in so far, bear in mind it's only 8:05. Every one of my female clients that check in today have checked in. Out of the men that are checking in, 1 has done it. It just delays his feedback and their progress. Like they're only causing themselves issues. And then they wonder, they would then be chasing me for feedback and food changes. Woo. Right, so next we got a low incline Smith machine pyramid set. Basically 1 set starting with a 10 on each side and then perform 5 reps and add 5 kilos a side and repeat until I can't get 5 reps. And then drop 10 off each side and go to failure and then repeat again. So 2 sets of that. I think as well, it's important to mention like recovery and health markers. Excuse my phone, I'm multitasking, I'm going through check-ins and talking at the same time. So for all athletes, you want to get regular blood work done at this phase. You want to get your lipids checked, your thyroid checked, your liver, basically all hormones. You want to be focusing on restoring electrolyte balance as well. Hydration, your sleep schedule, because in prep, sleep's everywhere. Like, there are points where I think I probably only slept 1 or 2 hours a night, and I'm sure everyone else is like that as well. And then you want to slowly bring your cardio down gradually. Like I see so many people go from doing 90 minutes cardio a day in prep to all of a sudden doing 0 post-show, and they wonder why they get soft and watery. So there's a lot to consider, but then that's what my job as a coach is. You know, I lay the blueprints, you guys build the house essentially. So yeah, that's my quote for the day. Prep builds the body, the reverse builds the athlete. Bastard. Right, let's drop it 10. You know, you're in that reverse phase. Granted, this is a pyramid set, so it's a very different type of movement. But when you're struggling to bench 60 kilos, when deep in off season last year, I'd be repping out 140 for 10 reps quite comfortably. But again, we're not chasing numbers on the bar. But mentally, sometimes it does get to you. That's it. Woo! Stick a fork in me, because I am done. Always put the bloody weights away. Nothing more annoying than coming into a gym and somebody hasn't tidied up their shit. Boils my piss.
Very important question, mate.
Mm.
If you have to choose one,
Oh, what pisses me off more? I have to choose one out of a group of young lads hanging around the machine or not putting weights away. Are we talking the broccoli head gang? The ones that are sitting there doing 35 sets of text messages and not actually doing a set? I think,
is it that choice?
yeah, I think the broccoli hair boys piss me off more. One, because I can't grow hair and they can. Two, because they're not actually training. Like, go to the gym and fucking work. If you're not putting in the work, then don't be there. Like, yes, it annoys me when people don't put their weights away, but at least often those people have trained. Sitting there doing this. Yo, bro. Yeah, what's good, bro? See how cool I am. Yeah, does my head in. So yeah, in answer to short, the thing that pisses me off most in the gym is when you've got a group of 5-6 lads doing nothing but texting each other, sweeping their hair out their eyes. Dickheads. Yeah, you always have to, you go in and you get this group of young lads, 5 or 6 of them around one machine. Then talking to each other, or they're texting each other in the same gym.
Yeah.
Just fucking walk over and say,
Yeah.
but not a bead of sweat on their head.
So like if you're doing your diary,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just jot it down.
It's
in
very
sections,
different,
right?
yeah. If you're checking, you think, or even look, you get the odd message from your missus, pick up a pint of milk on the way home, fine, respond to it, but then put your phone down.
Get
Right.
on with it.
In fairness, I don't even know where my phone is.
One's in my bag.
I think I've left it.
It's a have to strap to get out.
Yeah, I've left it. I've left it somewhere. But yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, I come twice a week. I do 3 hours a session, so I do an hour each body part.
Yeah.
And I, as you say, just get on with it.
Yeah, just get it done.
As you say, now and again you might check it, see if your kids are all right
yeah.
or need a pint of milk or something. But rest of the time, it's either diary or get on.
Get it done.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're absolutely right, mate. Speaking of that, I do need to find my phone. How you doing? You well? Good. I've just moaned about people being on their phone. First thing I'm doing is pulling out my phone. But I am dealing with the check-in. Also, while I've got this, something's just come into my head. Where a lot of people forget is your strength is going to rebound a lot quicker than your muscle, especially when you're replacing your glycogen stores. But what you've got to bear in mind is where your muscle hasn't completely come back, because you're inevitably going to lose a little bit in prep, you have to mitigate the risk of injury. So don't go straight away thinking, I'm feeling strong, I can lift more, because that's where injuries will occur, and then that's then going to put you out for weeks or months. And yes, you can recover and use Wolverine stack peptides and things, but the last thing you want is to come out of prep and not be able to train, because you will get soft and watery, so don't push it too hard. Right. We're getting soft. I don't like saying goodbye to my abs. One of the reasons I changed gym and came here, one, not that the old gym was bad, but I was getting to the point where I was maxing out certain machines, even on prep. And also I wanted to be in an environment to grow. If I want to be a top level bodybuilder, I need to surround myself with top level bodybuilders. And I need that equipment. And in here, they're just investing constantly. Like, in the little bit of time I've been here, there's already new machines. I was looking on their Instagram the other day, and there's another big order of Gym Lico and stuff like that coming in the next few weeks. In the new year, there's a big Panata delivery of even more machines. So it's just constantly reinvesting in here. Like, they've just built a posing room. they're in the middle of putting in a sauna and a steam room for recovery. Like, it just ticks out, and the atmosphere in here is wicked. Like, I'd rather give them a bigger rooted day and save the off-plan meals for when they're mentally fit feeding. Yeah, or like this mummy. Like, and even he looks full. Have you seen the, I always forget the brand, but it's the leg press where you have to go up a flight of stairs to get into it. Yeah, like they've got that in there. Like, what's the point? But it looks fucking cool. Yeah. But like, pointless. Yeah, completely pointless. Yeah, completely pointless. But they've got it because they can. And like, you pull into the car park, there's a massive steam train in the car park with just Norton written on the side of it. But it's an actual train. Like, it's not. Like, it's mad. Yeah, it's mad. Yeah. But it's probably, I'd say it's probably the best gym I've been to by far. Like, but in terms of going around the country, I've done Ultraflex. I've been up to Northwest Mecca. Been to the other muscle huts. Here's one of the best, man. We're lucky that we've got it on our doorstep. Yeah. And like, you know, it's like you become a product of your environment. If you hang around with 5 millionaires, you become the 6th. You know, if you hang around with 5 dickheads, you become the 6th. You know, you hang around with 5 IFBB pros, the likelihood is you're going to learn from them and become the 6th. So, where in my old gym there was nothing, I was probably the biggest guy in the gym. Bear in mind, I'm a men's physique athlete. I'm not the biggest bodybuilder. So, I needed to come somewhere where, one, I'm humbled. Not that I'm an arrogant person, but you know what I mean. And I have people to look up to and aspire to. That's like the very first bodybuilding gym that I went to all the way years and years ago when I trained in London. It was full of monsters. And lo and behold, I became quite big. And then now I'm back in that sort of environment. I'm only going to push to grow and grow. So, and this gym is phenomenal. The whole chain of Muscle Hut, whether you go to the Herne Bay one or the Medway one, or come to this one in Milton Keynes, they're special. Believe me, they're special. Work, yeah. Take it easy, mate. Yeah, let's go to work and earn some money. Ugh. A nice guy, the one that we're talking to in the changing room.
Oh yeah.
Right, and his journey as well, from being, you know, a tight head prop rugby player and a power lifter, you know, always big and strong and muscular, but not necessarily lean, to now, you know, he wants to get on stage himself. Like he's...
It's open or?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether he'll do open or classic. I would say he's probably more suited to men's open, but he would need to put more muscle on for that. It's hard to say until he's lean. It's hard to see. Was he? It's about 6 foot, 6'1", currently, you know, 110 kilos. So what's that? 240 odd pounds. So he's probably about men's classic size at the moment. But yeah, so, and it's good as well, because talking to people like that, that's then generating another customer for the shop. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of people forget that, yes, I'm a bodybuilder and yes, I'm a coach, but also now, after we've trained early in the morning, I'm now on my way to the shop, you know, so, and I'm generating customers in the gym, always marketing and always working. But yeah, so that's the next bit now, training done. Off to work, and then meal one as well, because don't forget I'm still fasted.
It's all about time management, isn't it?
Oh, mate, time management is essential, because especially, you know, as I said a minute ago, you know, yes, I'm a bodybuilder, yes, I'm a coach, but then I also have my own business, you know, owning the supplement shop, and then also I'm a husband, I'm a dad. You know, you need to try and squeeze everything in, and then you wouldn't. I mean, I'm not really a social person anyway. Like, although I don't shut up when I'm in the gym and I talk to everybody, obviously I'm marketing myself as my business, but I just like to chill at home. But again, even that needs to be managed time-wise, because I don't have much time to do that either. So, like, tomorrow is a total rest day. I don't have any clients check-in on a Sunday. So tomorrow me and Katie will just go and spend the day. I think we're going to Cambridge for the day, which will be nice. In terms of today, everything has to be planned meticulously. So I know that my alarm's going to go off at 10 to 5 in the morning. and then I've got X amount of time to brush my teeth, take my supplements, go to the toilet, and then I know that if I leave my house at 20 past 5, I'm going to be at the gym for 5:45, and you know, timing for that, and then I know I've got 2 hours to do my session and then get my cardio in, and then I know it takes me X amount of time then to get back to where the shop is and walk from where I park to open up, and I know that distance gives me certain amount of steps, so then I can plan how timing to get my steps in for the day. You know, everything is literally time management. And obviously, again, with bodybuilding, it teaches you to be disciplined and structured, and you know, learning the art of delayed gratification and planning everything meticulously. Right, my meal has to be this time and it has to weigh this, and you can transition those skills into everyday life. This is why bodybuilding is so hard, because if you can't manage your time, then you're not going to be a good bodybuilder. It's as simple as that. No matter how good your genetics are. Oh, hello, Mr. Magpie. No matter how, sorry, old school. I learned that from my nan. Yeah, if you don't manage your time efficiently, no matter how good your genetics are, no matter how many PEDs you do or don't take, you're just not going to be your best. And there'll be people that argue against that with me, but let's have that argument and I will happily beat you. But yeah, management is essential when it comes to timing. And I'm lucky that I'm married to a human calendar. So Katie is, you know, she's like the backbone of my time management. She helps me with all that stuff, organising my life, and then I just need to put the puzzle pieces together in between. So yeah, that's the big win. Have a good support network, have a supportive husband or wife, and it's funny, I'm going to do a little in the next couple of days, me and Katie are actually going to film a reel about what it's like to be married, although okay, we're not technically married, we're engaged, but we're as good as, what it's like to live with a bodybuilder and a business owner, because hold on, it you know, it takes its toll on her as well, and my daughters. My eldest daughter always says she hates me when I'm in prep. I think her exact words were, "Dad, you're a dick." I think were her exact words. Love you too. So next step today, park up, go and open the shop and set out for the day. I have my first meal when I'm in the shop.
What that's gonna be?
So first meal is 75 grams of cereal and 30 grams of whey isolate. So nothing too heavy, it's just that quick sugar and protein hit into the system. I mean, ideally I probably should have taken it with me to the gym and had it there, but again, down to time management, it just doesn't work. So yeah, I'll have that in the shop.
Let's see the meal then. Let's see the meal.
Yeah, so yeah. And finally, I get to have a meal. So in here I've got 75 grams of cereal, and I will add a scoop of whey, which is 30 grams. So it actually doesn't go, because this is like a fruity rice cereal and chocolate toffee flavoured whey isolate, but I'm eating for performance and not for taste. So I'll mix that in. This looks like Lucky Charms, but it is actually just a rice-based cereal. They've just coloured it because I'm a big child, and I go for things with pretty colours. But the macros are exactly the same as Rice Krispies or Cocoa Pops or anything like that. This particular brand is aimed at children, and I'm essentially an adult baby. So, and I'm starving. So, bear in mind, I've been up since 5 o'clock, 10 to 5. Trained, got my steps in, sorted the shop out, and it's now 5 past 11 and it's only just meal 1 going in. So yeah, this is needed.
Looks yummy.
It's actually really tasty. Although it looks like it's going to be fruity flavoured, it's actually unflavoured, the cereal, and then mixed with the chocolate toffee way, it's like having a sweet treat, but I'm actually still on plan. Obviously, in terms of supplements, I'm blessed because I own a supplement shop and I can literally have anything I want. Although I don't, I stick to 1 or 2 brands. But it's I think with training, it's the same. There's no one size fits all. There's no one brand fits all. You know, how I train may not work for you. How you train may not work for me. And I think that's the beauty of coaching as well. I'm learning all these individual bodies and how all my clients respond. And this is why my clients get good results, because everything's tailored to them, rather than I see so many coaches give these cookie cutter programs out, and I see it, like, there's 1 or 2 local coaches, and obviously I won't mention their names, but I see 3 or 4 of their clients doing the same workout, and I think, come on, man, like, put a bit of effort into your craft and do something bespoke that's tailored to their body. Like, winds me up. And then they wonder why their clients leave, or why their clients don't get as good as results as other coaches. Like, why has this coach got 100 clients? I've only got 5. Because this coach is good at what he or she does, and they're tailoring their programs rather than this cookie cutter nonsense. Anyway, it's Saturday. Stop moaning. And also, if anyone's interested, my next couple of meals: oats with dark chocolate and whey, and I've got some yogurt with blueberries and granola. So my meals, actually, my first few meals were all quite sweet meals. And then when I get home this evening, I've got chicken, rice and veg, and I've got just salmon with no carbs and veg, which is my last meal, so that I'm not too carby when I go to bed.
Is that what you've got every day on the last meal, trying to avoid carbs, or?
Yeah, I mean, that's just how Aaron structured it, but also I'm quite happy with that as well, just because I go to bed less heavy, especially as you're pushing up. Obviously, food comes a lot. It then starts to become, where in prep you're constantly hungry, and even now where I'm in that transition phase. So I'm just looking for my spray so I can clean my sides down. And I'm in that transition phase where I'm sort of being healthy,
Well,
so,
someone is too strong.
yeah, I've just broken it. Yeah, so I just pour a bit on the side and wipe that in
It's
instead.
not always good to be too strong.
Yeah. Absolute geezer. You get into deep into off season and the food is so high, you're then at the point where you're like, oh my god, I don't want any more. So to have that lighter meal before bed is sometimes a bit nicer for me, and personally anyway. Obviously everyone's different. Some people like that high carb meal before bed to sleep, which in prep I would do. I'd have my biggest meal right before bed in prep, around training and around bedtime. Whereas off season, if I have a massive meal around training when I've already got a belly full of food, my trainings I just feel like death. So I have higher carbs and fats around training, but we focus more on more calorie dense foods rather than voluminous foods. It tends to work. But yeah, obviously I'm not going to go through a whole full day of eating with you today, because that's not the point of this video, but that was roughly what I eat anyway. But now, it's funny because on a Saturday as well, it's my busiest day of the week. But this first hour or so is actually relatively quiet, because you'll find a lot of my customers, especially the bodybuilding customers, where like the guys end up doing their chores, going out to the shops with their wives, or going to the gym, and then they come in after lunch. And often the ladies come in midweek. It's really weird how I notice a trend. Like, I don't get many female clients on a Saturday. So I kind of use this time now to deal with a few check-ins, although I've done most of them already, and just respond. And I kind of listen to a podcast. I've got John Jewett on, J3U at the moment, doing a bit of education. And I kind of just unwind, let my food digest, and then the Saturday rush comes. I'm just dealing with my final check-in of the day. But kind of to summarise today, back to what I said in the gym earlier about prep is what builds the body, but it's the reverse that builds the athlete, and like the mental strength. And whether you're enhanced or you're natural, male or female, the goal is the same, and that's to control that comeback and reverse. You know, essentially you don't win your next show in prep, you win your next show in the off season, and I can't stress that enough. You know, this is where the work is done, and this is where, you know, you either make or break yourself. So on that note, comment, like, share this video. Don't forget to subscribe, please. And let me know in the comment section how you're dealing with your transition from prep into your off season in your reverse diets. See you soon. Big love.